Welcome back. Hopefully, you have already tuned into video 1 and 2 in this series where everything culminates here in this third and final video. You have likely felt the sense that yoga at its essence is asking us to become something more than what we have been trained in or instructed to do. And as we mature on the path, which is a process that comes through steady dedication and practice over many years, honestly, there is a point where yoga stops becoming something that we do. In the case of being a yoga teacher, it stops being something that we deliver or that we curate and deliver, and it becomes the very lens through which we live. So, what is it that actually changes when one is committed to integrated depth on this path, importantly, holding a long-term, unhurried vision? Within the context of yoga teaching, it is reflected in having less concern or strategy or planning what to do and what to say even when we are teaching. It is reflected in a natural resonance with our students. There is a real sense of inner anchoring and steady inspiration, even on the days where our lives are challenging and difficult. There is always that steady, ever-present inspiration. There is a desire to safeguard teachings and respectfully represent yoga without stripping it of its cultural heritage or blindly following trends, sticking yoga with other things, other modalities. You know fundamentally that yoga is whole and complete. It is reflected in a desire to immerse in sacred studies, solitude, and higher level principles that shape your life, not simply your class plans. Instead of collecting more knowledge on an intellectual level, if we wish to have integrity as aspirants, as practitioners and teachers of yoga, we have to consider what is being transmitted through our own lives that in turn comes through our teaching. No sequencing can overshadow or hide our integration or lack thereof. Consider what might be possible for you when you feel wholeheartedly that you are living yoga, living yoga beyond the yama and niyama, although they are wonderful foundations. And knowing that yoga is beyond something that you instruct or curate or plan out. It is woven through your everyday existence, not merely through isolated practices exclusively. Imagine what it is like to become a teacher whose presence speaks louder than your postures, whose presence speaks louder than your postures, and your cueing, and your creativity. When students truly feel a maturity, integrity, and integration behind all that you share, imagine what it is like to feel the sanctity of holding the gift of real transmission. Imagine feeling a grounded clarity on how to be an embodiment of the cultivation of yoga through a direct, tangible understanding of subtle anatomy and the techniques that enable students to be in relationship with this also. And imagine relishing in traditional texts and scriptural study over self-help. Shastra is the original self-help. There is so much transformation to be held in these texts through our deep, ongoing, lifelong study. Having a profound intimacy with the evolution of your own sadhana, the quietening. Very shortly, I will be opening the doors, the temple doors, to the first offering from Shruti School of Yoga. This is a 300-hour teacher training for anyone who has already or almost finished completing a 200-hour teacher training or higher, a minimum of 200 hours. It has a framework that supports anyone with a really distinct yearning to uphold, to uplift the vast spectrum of teachings, of techniques, of yoga beyond the surface level, no matter what the trends are. So this inaugural round is offered in a hybrid format over a 12-month period. The course content will be primarily offered online with a mix of pre-recorded and live sessions together. In addition, you will receive a bonus 6 months so that you have an opportunity to be held in support and ongoing integration as you assimilate all that we will be relishing in and all that you will imbibe. It is a container for your maturation, not just a platform to deliver and quickly digest and regurgitate content. That's really an important discernment. You can expect an intimate group container with deep commitment and honest mentorship with me. You will also receive a number of manuals that I've put together via PDF to support you in this training. Really specific, intentional manuals. Also, there will be a couple of partial scholarship places available for those in need. More on that soon. So no doubt at this time you will know if you have that inner inkling, if this feels like it's potentially the right path for you. If these 3 videos have stirred something within, may you sit in the resonance of that knowing. Thank you so much for being here.